Admiral Krell stood at the command deck, his forearms crossed as he stared at the holographic display of a small blue planet, Earth, the final obstacle in the galactic unity's complete dominion of Sector 7. "Status report," he demanded, his voice reverberating through the chamber. Lieutenant Mox approached, datapad in hand. "Preliminary scans complete, Admiral. The humans possess rudimentary space travel capabilities, minimal orbital defenses, and primitive weapons technology. As expected, they are classified as a Class 3 civilization." Krell's mouth twisted into what passed for a smile among his species. "Excellent. Prepare the invasion fleet. Standard protocol for Class 3 species. We'll offer them the choice, submission or extinction." As per Galactic Unity regulations, a warning transmission was sent to Earth's major communication networks. The message was simple: surrender within one planetary rotation or face annihilation. The humans' response came 12 Earth hours later. A single transmission, text only. "We gave you one warning. We are not what you think. Retreat immediately." Laughter erupted across the command deck. These primitives thought they could threaten the might of the Galactic Unity. "Admiral," Communications Officer Trell called out, "Earth's military forces are mobilizing, but they appear disorganized. Multiple missile launches detected, but none capable of reaching orbit." Krell waved a dismissive hand. "As expected, prepare the first wave. 200 ships should be sufficient for initial subjugation." The invasion began at dawn over the landmass humans called North America. The first wave of Unity ships descended through the atmosphere, weapons primed. Human aircraft rose to meet them, primitive jets with limited weaponry. From the flagship, Krell watched with satisfaction as the first human defenses were obliterated. This would be over quickly. Then something unexpected happened. "Admiral," Lieutenant Mox's voice wavered. "We're losing contact with Alpha Squadron." "Impossible," Krell snapped, moving to the tactical display. "Their defenses shouldn't be capable of." The display showed 20 Unity ships suddenly vanishing from the grid, then 30 more. "What's happening?" Krell demanded. "Unknown, sir." Tactical Officer Vex replied, fingers flying over controls. "The human aircraft aren't responsible. Something else is." The transmission from the ground commander cut through. "They're changing. The humans' air. Static consumed the rest." Krell slammed his fist on the console. "Deploy the second wave. Full combat protocol." The reinforcements descended, and this time the ship cameras captured what was happening. The footage displayed on the command deck screens froze every officer in place. The humans were transforming. Where ordinary bipeds had stood moments before, now stood creatures of nightmare. Some grew to enormous size, tearing Unity ships apart with bare hands. Others seemed to phase through solid matter, appearing inside sealed cockpits. Some controlled elements, fire, lightning, water, with precision that defied all known physics. "This is impossible," whispered Science Officer Lauren. "Their DNA showed no signs of such capabilities." A new transmission arrived from Earth, video this time. A human male, unremarkable in appearance, addressed them calmly. "We tried to warn you," he said simply. "Humanity evolved on a planet saturated with what you might call dimensional instabilities. For millennia, we've lived alongside what we called myths and legends, phenomena that were actually manifestations of our adaptive potential. When threatened, we change. We become what we need to be." The man's eyes began to glow with an inner light. "We kept these abilities hidden, hoping to join galactic society peacefully, but you forced our hand." The transmission ended. Within 6 hours, the invasion force was decimated. Unity ships either destroyed or in retreat, their advanced weapons proving useless against the impossible versatility of human transformations. Back on the flagship, now retreating to safe distance, Krell faced the Galactic Council via emergency transmission. "They're not just shapeshifters," he reported, his pride forgotten. "Each human seems capable of different manifestations. Some control energy, others matter. Some move at impossible speeds, others communicate with and command Earth's other life forms. There's no pattern, no consistency, except that they all defend their world with capabilities we cannot counter." The Council was silent for a long moment. "Quarantine the system," the Grand Counselor finally ordered. No approach within 1 light-year of Earth without explicit council authorization. Classify humans as a Class 9 species, extreme caution advised. Krell nodded grimly. In his centuries of service, he'd never encountered a Class 9 classification. Few had. As the flagship accelerated away from Earth, Krell replayed the human's warning in his mind. So simple, yet so profound. We are not what you think. Later, as the Unity fleet regrouped at the edge of the system, reports from surviving ground forces painted a clearer picture. The humans hadn't been universally hostile. They had primarily targeted military forces, avoiding civilian areas. Several Unity soldiers reported being captured, then released with a message. Tell your leaders we're willing to talk when they're ready to listen. Krell stood at the viewport, staring at the distant blue dot that was Earth. The humans could have destroyed them completely but chose restraint. Perhaps that was the most terrifying thing of all. They weren't just powerful, they were measured in their response. The Galactic Unity had discovered thousands of species across the cosmos, cataloged countless evolutionary paths, but nothing like this. Humans were an anomaly, a species that defied categorization. For the first time in his military career, Admiral Krell felt something unfamiliar. Humility. Set course for Galactic Central, he ordered quietly. The Council needs to prepare a diplomatic mission. He paused. And this time, we'll listen first. Behind him, Earth continued its serene orbit around its sun, a seemingly ordinary planet housing the most extraordinary species the galaxy had ever encountered.